Today we have another huge triple header in store for you guys. Our FA Trophy campaign starts today before we travel away to the runaway leaders at the top of the league, and that is Scunthorpe United. What is up guys, Matthew here and welcome back to another episode of our FM Journeyman Career Mode here with Darlington, and a big thank you for everyone of course for tuning in and to anyone who's tuned in and watched any of the Journeyman episodes thus far. But we're here today, triple header once again, because we do start the FA Trophy and I want to get 2 league games in, and we're actually coming back 1 game later than I was going to, because we were going to come back for Curzon Ashton and then the FA Trophy second round. But there's a Scunthorpe game on the horizon, and they are simply the top dogs in the league right now. And I thought it's pointless doing Curzon Ashton and the FA Trophy, doing 1 game off screen and then coming back straight away for Scunthorpe. I thought let's just play the extra game and we'll do 3. We'll do the FA Trophy, the team at the bottom, and the team at the top. So it's a bit of everything in today's episode. Of course, last time you guys were with me, I believe we finished with a draw against Blythe. Lots has happened since then. We'll get the on the pitch stuff out of the way first, but lots has happened off the pitch as well. But we went to South Shields after that in the North East derby and we lost 2-0. It was quite an even game. We weren't that great, but South Shields essentially took the 2 chances that they had on target. And that's what happens. So they had 2 shots on target, they converted them both. We had equally as many shots, but we had double the number on target. It did equate to less XG. We also had a goal disallowed. It was one of them where we lost. Luckily, we bounced back though, and we went to Leamington and won 4-1. They're bottom of the league, or they were second bottom at the time, I think. So that was a very good performance. We were 3-0 up before they got a consolation at the end. We backed it up with another victory, beating Oxford 3-1. At home, or Oxford City, I should say, with goals from Spellman, Nelson and Curry. And then out of the blue, we suffered another defeat away at Banbury. And this was a really, really annoying defeat because Banbury, for the most part, offered nothing. They nicked a goal at the start of the second half. We had so many efforts and shots and chances, and we could have been there all month and not scored. It was one of them really annoying 1-0 defeats. But again, we bounced back. We beat Alfreton 2-1 with an Andrew Nelson brace before heading to Curzon Ashton. And unfortunately, drawing 2-2. It's weird because we went to Alfreton, or we hosted Alfreton, after they'd just won 5 in a row. So they were coming to Blackwell Meadows in fire form, and we beat them. We then played Curzon Ashton, who'd lost all of their last 5, and we failed to beat them. And we conceded 2 really, really stupid penalties in this game. That's where the Curzon Ashton goals come from. I think Sinyan was the culprit for the first one. Perrott might have been the culprit for the second one, but to concede a 94th minute penalty, it stings. It really, really does. So what that has done, that slightly inconsistent form, we're down to 3rd currently in the National League North. Scunthorpe are just continuing to set a great pace at the top. I think runaway leaders was maybe a little bit generous, but they are at the top of the league with 47 points. Braintree are right there with them. They, of course, beat us earlier in the season. They're 2 points clear of us at the moment, and we do have a bit of a gap to us and South Shields, although they have a game in hand which could pull them within a point of us. And then after that, there's a bit of a gap between the likes of Warrington, Banbury and Tamworth. We're actually 11 points within the playoffs, which is awesome. And I didn't realise that. You know, we've looked up and not down, which is good, but we still want to try and keep pace with these guys and see if we can nick the top spot, which of course is the only automatic place that there is. Transfers. We have had a transfer in and we have had a transfer out. And we've got rid of Jassim Sukar. He come to us not happy, not that he wasn't playing, and we were advised that, you know, for the money we're paying him a week, he's not going to get the games that he wants. We had the same thing with Lees, and he obviously left a little bit earlier. So we then promised him that we would put him up for sale, and via an intermediary, we got him sold, and he has gone to Chorley. That then got our wage budget back in the green. We're under by about what's that, £114? We're just within our wage budget, which is awesome. And we were able to basically upgrade Jassim Sukar, which is awesome. And we've brought in this kid from Lincoln on loan, Jensen Sumnall. He's someone I've had an eye on all summer. He was a free agent and someone I was going to go after, but we didn't quite have the funds beforehand. He went to Lincoln. He's been stuck in their under-21s. So we basically brought him in, and they were happy to pay his wages for us. So we've essentially saved on our wage budget, got it back balanced, and upgraded Sukar with a much younger, more exciting defender. 4 stars potential, 4 stars current ability. Obviously he's a loan, so there's not as much pressure to play him as well. He's just as good of a backup as you can probably get to the likes of Leek and Lecky, who are our 2 centre backs. So that now we're back on even terms. I'm kind of tempted to go and get a better goalkeeper. Now, the one I've looked at the most is George Shelvey, but sadly we've run out of scouting budget. So we've scouted him to a point, but we don't quite know how good he is. So we're getting an A, which suggests he's very good, but we don't have a rating to go off. We just have really, really rough stats. So I don't think that's quite enough. He's 23, he's young, he's a sweeper keeper, so he's good on the ball, which is exactly what we want. So he fits the bill. I just don't know how good he is. That's the problem. It would be a bit of a punt if we went to bring him in. And if we did bring him in, we'd have to obviously make sure we balance the book. So if we brought him in, we'd have to probably give him the same wage that Tommy Taylor's on. So we'd have to give him around £525 a week. Bring him in, then sell Taylor, and we've got a new first choice goalkeeper, and we're still within budget. So I'm thinking about doing that, but I think that's us pretty much done after that. You know, we've managed to balance the books and upgrade the team in more ways than one, which is awesome. But we've had drama as well. We've had big drama because this guy, Max Thompson, he was injured. You guys might remember at the end of the last episode, he got injured and he was out for about 3 to 4 weeks. As he come back, we obviously started bringing him in off the bench because he wasn't fully fit. He'd barely been back a game. I think he'd made 1 sub appearance since coming back from his injury. And he come into the office booting off, saying, "I'm not getting started, I'm furious, I want to leave." I was like, you've just been injured, mate. You can't play when you're injured, are you thick? So we obviously try to promise him that, you know, there's nothing to worry about. We are going to play you. Once you're back, you're going to start. He was like, "Nope, furious. I want to leave. I want to leave." I didn't get it. I think that's broken, if I'm honest. If a player's injured, he should understand that he's not going to play and come straight back in instantly when he's not 100% fit. And he still isn't 100% fit, even now. But yeah, he's kicked off. He wants to leave. His morale's gone down the toilet. And we've probably lost the motivation of our best player, which is so annoying for absolutely no reason. But there we go. That's all the housekeeping. That's all the updates. There is a lot to obviously update you guys on, so I'm not going to waste any more time. And we are going to jump into the FA Trophy second round game, and it is against Kings Langley, who I'm not going to lie, I've never heard of. They're in the SL Division 1 Central. Listen, it's a game we should win, but as we know, because we didn't quite make the FA Cup, there is a bit of an onus on us to be competitive in the FA Trophy, so we do need to ensure that we get through here. So here's the team then for the FA Trophy second round tie. We're sticking with Tommy Taylor in goal. The back 4 is mostly changed. We've gone with Frankie Ealing on the right. Jensen Sumnall will start alongside Tom Leek, who is the only centre-back who kind of remains in there. Harry Wright's come in on the left. He's got an absolute screamer, by the way, against Kerrs National last time out. Will Hartfield, who's been kicking off that he's not playing enough, even though he's only 2-star rated now, and he's 33. We're going to give him a start here because it's one of the few chances he'll probably get. James Harvey starts. It's a great chance for him. He's been fantastic alongside Caden Kelly. Harry Green's just back from his injury, so he'll start with Chris Prince on the left-hand side. We're going to give Spellman a little bit of a rest, and because he is adamant and he's kicking off, we are going to start Max Thompson in this game. Despite him not being fully fit, I think he can get through it, and hopefully it'll make him feel a little bit better. So yeah, lots of new faces, lots of players getting a chance, but I mean, we should get through and we shouldn't have a problem. It would be something of an upset. And you can see by Max Thompson that he's complacent. I mean, his morale and his mood has just gone down the toilet since he just assumed he was going to play every game even though he was injured. It's really, really annoying. And I think there are a couple of things in this game that are a little bit broken when it comes to player interaction. I think they do get upset a lot quicker than what they should. I think there's some scenarios where you get it, but others there's just no context to it and it makes no sense whatsoever. And, you know, losing Max Thompson and him being out of form can be really damaging to us, you know, so we've got to be careful with that. But if he gets a couple of goals here and we, you know, blow smoke up his ass a little bit and make him feel like he's the dog's bollocks, then he might be back on side again. But here we are, 8 minutes in, down the right-hand side. Ealing, that's a terrible ball into midfield. He's made amends though and won it back. Harvey plays it to Hatfield now. Here's Caden Kelly, dinks it over to Chris Prince, who nods it across. It's just over Thompson. Green recycles it. Ealing is there, and Frankie Ealing gets what I think could be his first goal for Darlington. He was, of course, brought in as depth for the right-back position. He can also play further forward as well. And, yeah, it was a wonderful finish. The cross from the left was just too high. Ealing, with his weaker foot as well, finishes it beautifully into the far corner. And the best thing you can ask for in games like this is that you get an early goal, because the longer it goes on, the more nervy it gets and the more chance you are of being upset. So it's good that we've got an early goal. And you never know that, you know, this could be a competition we could get quite far into. This is what the FA Trophy is all about. You know, it's like the League Cup for the non-league teams. You know, it's a chance for some, you know, for a side to go to Wembley, earn some cash and get a trophy in the cabinet, because essentially, what else are you going to win domestically at this level? Other than, I guess, your own league. So it's great for that, and I'd love to take it seriously and go really far in it. But other than the goal, not much else is happening. Hatfield's got his usual yellow card, and they actually have a highlight here towards the end of the half. Now, this would be a sucker blow if they could score from this. Taylor should gather and does, and instantly rolls it out. Here is Hatfield, here's Harvey. Plays it out now to Harry Green, who's got the most dribbles in the National League North. He's very good on the ball. Here's Chris Prince. Caden Kelly now, stepping into midfield. Plays it into Harvey. James Harvey's in the box. It's a good tackle. Max Thompson! Does a fully focused, fully motivated Max Thompson bury that? Probably. Probably. You really can tell when a player is not quite there. 6.5, complacent. He wants to start. He started. Has he delivered? Not really. We're going to say you're capable of even better. Your defending's been fantastic. Your playmaking's been great. But Max, sort yourself out. He'll probably be coming off in a bit, if I'm brutally honest. Second half, I would love a second goal. If we get a second goal, I think that's job done. Ealing whips it in. He's left-footed, by the way. He's a right wing-back and a right full-back and a right winger. And I've only just noticed he's left-footed. So the goal early was with his stronger foot. Fair enough. And there's Max Thompson, who's offside. Or maybe Chris Prince is offside. It was Prince. That's annoying, because that was quite good from Thompson there. It was a good finish, but Prince was offside. And frustratingly, we're back to square one. That's a loose ball. That's a very loose ball, and Harry Green pounces. Can he finish the job here? Yes, he can. Harry Green jumps on a poor pass in the King Stanley midfield, and that will hopefully do the job and book a place into the next round. It was just overplayed slightly, and once Green's in behind, he's too quick. You ain't going to catch him. It was a case of can he finish? And the answer is yes, he can. And that puts us 2-0 up. And it's been pretty good. I'm happy. It's been a professional job done so far. So far. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Max Thompson, though, has done himself no favours. Mitchell Curry's going to come. He's complacent as well. Interesting. The wingers are playing well. No reason to change either of them. And there's no reason to change anyone else, to be fair. I think we'll just give Mitchell Curry minutes, because he does harass us quite a bit to play more. It's just hard when we've got three very good strikers at the club. We've got a free kick here. And is this Will Hatfield who's on this? I mean, wouldn't it be a story if he was to put this in the top bin? Hatfield. Oh, he's hit the bar, and Thompson before he goes off, his last contribution is a poacher's finish. The ball fell to him. He was quickest to react. And you know what? I'm glad he's got a goal before he's gone off, because I'm hoping that can just help get him back fully focused. We are going to proceed with the substitution, but I'm glad he's gone off with a goal. That's good to see. And I think we can just drop it back to balanced and cruise to the end of this game, if I'm honest. We don't have to put too much pressure on ourselves. I think the job should be done here. I don't think I'd ever forgive the boys if they didn't win the game from this point. But complacency is definitely a thing. Here's Ealing. Oh, what a ball in behind that is. Oh, unlucky. Clearance, though, is kept in by Harry Green. Is he going to whip it in? Ealing, who's been fantastic, puts a great ball in, and Mitchell Curry makes it 4. And that's a wonderful header from the substitute. Ealing is really making a case here. I know it's lower league opposition, and he hasn't got the strengths of Harry Perrott, but he's got a goal and he's got an assist, and it was a beautiful cross as well. Maybe Harry Ealing needs to start the next game. It is against bottom of the league. I might give him a chance, but the performances throughout have been tremendous. Here comes the... Yeah, I was gonna say here comes the clean sheet breaker, but sadly not for them. It hit the post and just about stayed out. We'll make one more change. I think we've got one more or two more. I think... Oh, they're all having such good games, aren't they? Ben Little will come on for James Harvey, who's complacent. And I think maybe Leak for Lecky, just because he's booked. Don't want him to get sent off for any silly reason. But yeah, it's been absolute dominance as you'd expect. There isn't going to be an upset today. And we will progress into the next round of the FA Trophy. It's just a case of waiting for the full-time whistle. And it is going to be a comprehensive, well-deserved win. Is it going to be 5? Lecky. Back to Kelly. Here's Chris Prince. Is he going to take a shot here? Oh, he does! What a goal from the young lad, Chris Prince, with a beautiful strike. I just had a feeling we were right behind it. And that's a great goal for the youngster. It really is. It's well deserved. I think he's been very good. He's got a great rating. And he's another player who's made a case. Absolutely. It's a wonderful finish by the youngster. And we make it 5. And it just gives us that little bit of confidence. A chance to boost the morale of the boys and really kick on in the league. 5-0 win at home. Into the next round. Job's a good one. Well done, boys. You've blown them away. And their morale should be through the roof. They should be delighted with that. And we are through to the next round of the FA Trophy in absolute style. We get a bit of money for it as well. We're going to praise Ealing's performance. And he's going to be buzzing with that, I'm sure. And we will move on now to the next game, which is against bottom of the league, Brackley, who I've got to admit have made arguably the worst start to a season I think I've ever seen. 4 points from 20 games. That's appalling. They're 15 points adrift. They haven't won yet. We all know where this is going, don't we? So we have quickly jumped through and done the entire draw for the FA Trophy third round. There were a ton of teams in there, as you'd expect, and we've been drawn away to Hemel Hempstead. So they're a sort of equally good side in the National League South. They're 10th currently, which is interesting. And I believe they might have a player or two that we... Well, I was going to see if we could look at the players in the squad. I'm sure there's a player we sold to them in the summer. They ring a bell, like we've done business with them recently. Tom Elliott. That's the one. The guy who was absolutely appalling for us and a big fat flop. He's been pretty average for them as well. But yeah, we've got Hemel Hempstead in the next round away from home in the FA Trophy. That will be a challenge. And the game against Braintree's been moved. So I'll tell you what, we're probably looking at doing Brackley and Scunthorpe and then doing Telford and coming back for Braintree and Hemel Hempstead anyway, to be honest. But that's just because I want to document the FA Trophy journey. because it could be something big, and it should be something big for us. And we've finally gotten a little bit more information on the goalkeeper I was wanting, and that's George Shelvey, and he is 4-star ability, not much potential. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I'm not sure. I mean, I do still feel like we need to upgrade on Tommy Taylor, but I don't know if he's got the potential to be a keeper that could take us into the National League itself. Maybe that's what it means by leading national player. So yeah, maybe he is a possible goalkeeper who we can look at. In fact, it says 4.5 stars. So we could try and offer him a contract, and if we can get him at £525 a week, we then sell Tommy Taylor for the same amount. Maybe we'll do a swap for swap and remain within our transfer budget. That is definitely something I'm going to look to do, probably off screen. But elsewhere, I think South Shields have had their game in hand, and they have, which puts them 1 point behind us in the league. They're right on our tail. But yeah, we're almost here, and we're ready for the biggest banana skin you can get in Football Manager. It's time to head to the side at the bottom of the league who haven't won a game yet this season. Okay, so the drama is out of the way, thankfully, and we have got our team ready for the home game against Brackley. I did think we were travelling there, but we're not. We're at home, which is even better. So Taylor's in goal. We have rewarded Frankie Ealing with a start after his wonderful performance last time out. Lecky and Leek remain as the centre-back pair with Nathan Newell on the left. We have got a suspension, though, to CJ Clark, so he's out for this one, so Little will drop back into that gap, with Harvey coming in front of him alongside Caden Kelly. The usual wing play of Green and Spellman are on either side, and we are going to give Max Thompson a start up front with Nelson on the bench. I guess with Curry's decision, it makes it easier for us to just basically pick from 2 strikers as opposed to 3. But we're going to say, let's pick up from where we left off in the cup with 5 goals to our name. And thankfully, Max Thompson is looking composed and not complacent today, which is a good sign. Maybe him seeing Mitchell Curry handing a transfer request might make him feel a bit better about his position. But yeah, Brackley, I want to say, have made the worst start ever seen by a National League North side. That doesn't make me feel any more confident, because I know what Football Manager is like. And I know what it does, and I know we're probably going to have 1,000 shots on goal without scoring, and Brackley are going to nick a goal in the 90th minute. But anyway, let's hope not, and we put 5 past them, and it's a lovely day at the office at home, and everyone can go home happy as Larry. But 10 minutes in, not much from either side. We are going positive, and we do have a corner. It's headed out by Fringpong. Here's Spellman. And, well, he's just walked into a red shirt, as you do. And the clearance wasn't great either, because they've latched onto that as well. Thankfully, Ealing will pick up the ball, and we go back to Taylor. He plays it out to Leek now. Leek into midfield to Caden Kelly. Here's James Harvey. Back to Lecky now. Into Harvey once again. Harry Green now picks the ball up in midfield and runs. He's beat 3, he's beat 4. It's a great run. It's a good ball in behind to Spellman. If he's onside, what a save. That would have been a wonderful goal and probably one of the assists of the season. But Spellman couldn't quite finish it, and Lecky's headed it over the bar. Oh, that'd have been such a good goal, especially for Harry Green. But never mind. South Shields are ahead now, so we are down to 4th as it stands, which is a little bit annoying. But Brackley now have the ball on the left-hand side. Carson now plays it back to Angel or Angel, whichever. Batten into Cartwright here. Great tackle there by Kelly. And now is there a fast break on here? Thompson plays it to Spellman. Spellman into Kelly. Is he going to try and cross it in? He's beat his man. There's people in the box for him to aim for. He cuts it back all the way to Ben Little. And Ben Little puts it in the back of the net. He wasn't the player I would have crossed it to. I thought, if anything, there was an easier tap-in for a number of players there. But Ben Little has still found the back of the net. I mean, Thompson's there. Spellman's there. But he plays it back to Ben Little, who, in fairness, picks the far corner out beautifully. And I'll say, like I did in the cup game, it's good in these type of games to get the early goal. Because if you don't, the nerves go through the roof. So it's good that we've scored first. And we need to just do the same as what we did last time out. Take the game away from Brackley and not give them an iota of hope. Kelly whips it in. Lecky's hit the bar with a ferocious header. Wow, that almost took the crossbar off. Nearly 2-0 there with a wonderful header. But we're just winning the ball every time they try and play it forward. We're picking them off, pressing really well. I'm happy with the midfielders and their performance so far. And we're finding pockets like this. Harvey plays it out to Green now. Green, he's got people in the box if he wants to find them. Spellman's one of them, and Spellman heads it wide. What a chance. He's had two, Spellman. And he should have a brace. He really should have a brace. That is an atrocious goal kick, by the way. It's gone straight to Harry Green here. Harry Green, the dribbling machine, crosses it to Thompson, and there's the second. Is he onside? I think he is. You can see why Brackley are where they are in the league. We could have had 4 or 5 by this point. I mean, he's got all these red shirts to aim at, and he's booted it over here. It's appalling. And Harry Green, the dribbler, the ultimate dribbler, beats 1, beats 2, and it's great to see Thompson getting a goal, because keeping him happy and scoring goals is crucial to how we play. And it puts us up to second in the league, and it sets us up as it stands for an unbelievable top 2 clash in the next game if things stay as is, because Braintree are losing. And I don't think South Shields are winning either, although they are winning 1-0, so it's narrowly there. But Scunthorpe are losing. They're now losing. Even better. But we're edging towards the end of the first half. Brackley with not a shot on target to speak of. Very good stuff from us, controlling the game. But I'm not going to praise them, because I did that before in the cup, if you remember, against Fylde. And we ended up going from 3-1 up to losing 4-3. So yeah, I'm not giving the boys any real praise until the job is done. And that is something that I think is a lesson we've learned as a young coach. It isn't over until it's over. But we've certainly been the better side so far as we head towards the hour. I just hope we don't concede a stupid goal here and give them a sniff. That's the last thing we want to do. Here they are on the right-hand side. Back post! Oh my God. The last thing I wanted. The last thing I wanted. That's their only shot on target, for Christ's sake. Ealing the wrong side of his man. Taylor, I mean, what's he doing there? That's a pathetic attempt. Look at this attempt of a save here. I mean, what's he doing? He's not even facing the ball. I think that's just sealed it. I think we need a new goalkeeper. I really, really do. But that's just gave them a little bit of hope. It really has. Scunthorpe are getting beat 2-0 now. This is such a big chance. And I'm so worried we're going to drop the ball. Ben Liddle. Not Ben Liddle, James Harvey, sorry. I'm going to keep him on. I just don't think Hatfield's going to be good enough to do the job for us. Spellman's going to go off. We're going to swap him for Sinyan, who's a pretty good impact player. And I was going to bring Perrott on, but he's anxious. I'm going to do it, just in case they start pumping crosses in. Oh, they've both come on anxious. We've now got an anxious right-hand side. I'm worried now that could be a mistake. Come on, boys, get a third. Settle my nerves. It's up. It's in. Tom Leake, you absolute hero. He has spared us any nerves and has restored our 2-goal advantage, just as South Shields have conceded as well. What a few minutes of football. The ball was headed up, it wasn't cleared. The amount of times I've seen Tom Leake do that, winning the second ball, getting that final contact. and heading it into the back of the net. Absolutely wonderful stuff. And I am now happy to bring in Andrew Nelson. It's been a good job, well done for Max Thompson. And it looks like we are going to pile on the misery even more so for Brackley, who you could say look relegated already at this early stage. I say early stage, we're sort of midway through the season coming up, so I mean, to have 4 points to 21 games, I mean, dearie me, it doesn't get much worse than that, does it? And they're going to make me eat my words now, aren't they? They've got the ball in their own half, and there is still 4 minutes to add on here. And you know, normally we go into game management mode here and go balanced and slow the game down, and I've not done that. It's sort of our routine, but I'm going to do it anyway, just in case they do something outrageous here. Oh my god. Oh my god, he's in. Oh my god. It's 3-2. And once again, I'm looking at the goalkeeper and I'm thinking to myself, what are you doing? I mean, he shouldn't get round the defenders that much, but I mean, Tommy Taylor's positioning, and I mean, the attempt of saving that was absolutely shambolic. And now we've suddenly got 4 minutes of nervy stoppage time. We've done it. That should not have been as tough as it was. I mean, we've battered them, absolutely battered them. The scoreline flatters them, if I'm honest. But 3 points is 3 points. And I'm simply going to say that was a good result. Nothing more, nothing less. And elsewhere, things have gone our way big time. So Braintree lost, we've overtaken them. Scunthorpe lost, that doesn't happen very often. We're now 1 point behind them. And South Shields drew, so they've dropped points as well. So that's a good day at the office, arguably as good as it possibly could have got. Thompson gets a goal bonus, that'll hopefully help his morale a little bit, and we're going to also praise Harry Green for his performance. And now we head to Scunthorpe for the big one. It is a clash I'm glad we've waited to play, because the way it's shaped up, it is first versus second. It's time to head to our potential title rivals in a game that could define where we end up at the end of the season. This could be the moment, or a moment we look back on as a really crucial moment in the season. So yeah, let's head to Scunthorpe United. Well, hold the phone. On the day of the game itself, we have officially signed George Shelvey even. He is a 23-year-old goalkeeper you guys have seen. He's 4-star. And does have 4.5-star potential, so if we were to go up, he would still be good enough to be our keeper. And listen, we are looking for the future. It's the way we've recruited, that the players we're looking at, younger, potential, and the goalkeeping department is the one which still could be improved. So I'm really happy that we've brought him in, and just to rub it in, we're going to ask Taylor to welcome him to the club. That's funny. I don't think he'll be ready to possibly start this game, but yeah, this is it. Let's get into it. So here we are, the team for the Scunthorpe game, and this is big. We're going balanced. We're going to go balanced as we always do. We're going to be brave and stick to our usual mentality. George Shelvey straight in, by the way. He can play. He will play. He's a better goalkeeper, and I just have more faith in him in a game like this. The back four are back to the usual Perrott, Leckie, Leake and Newall. CJ Clark's back in that ball-winning position, which is awesome, with Little and Caden Kelly in front of him. Green, Spellman and Thompson are the front three. And you know what? That is as good as it gets. We cannot argue about the... Oh, I hate the number 13. I refuse to give him the number 13. Yeah. I can't ask for us to have a stronger team ready for this game. It's our best team. Yeah, the pressure is all on them. Let's say that. And Thompson's complacent. Why is he picked today, of all days, to be complacent? Why? He was focused and composed for the last game. Now all of a sudden he's complacent. But here we go. Scunthorpe aside, who of course have had a terrible downfall in recent years, looked to have steadied the ship which is awesome for them, and they look like they've turned things around and they're heading back in the right direction, and they could go 4 points clear of us today, or we could go ahead of them and return to the top of the table and really deal a huge blow to our direct title challengers. So it could be a big one, a really, really big game, but we'll see what happens. Early doors, it looks like Scunthorpe have had the slightly better of it, and they do have a free kick here. Jacob Butterfield whips it in, and they've scored. Asher Falassi heads them in the lead, 10 minutes in, and I mean, it's a bullet of a header, back post. Yeah, it's a great header. It really is. First chance or second chance, and it's a goal. Let's try and get back into it as quickly as we can, boys. Spellman wins it back. Plays it to Caden Kelly. Spellman now takes on his man. Needs some help in the box. He finds Max Thompson, and that was a tough chance, really. The ball was flying at him. So it would have been tough to finish it, I feel. But the sooner we get back into this game, the better. We didn't want to concede early. It's what we've not done in the last few games. It's the opposite of what we've been doing, essentially. But anyway, we have dropped to third. South Shields are winning comprehensively against Boston. But it looks like... Oh no, there is a highlight. In fact, Harry Green's done really well to win the ball back. Here's CJ Clark. Good ball into Green. Here's Thompson. Great first touch. Holds it up well. Here's CJ Clark again. Caden Kelly. Spellman's in here. Is he going to cross it or square it? He scores! Michael Spellman puts it into the far corner, and it's one each. A brilliant, well-crafted move from back to front. That's Rowney ball back, ladies and gentlemen. Back to its best. Great play. Wonderful hold-up play by Thompson. Kelly with a delicious through ball in behind. And Michael Spellman, who has been honestly the sort of free agent you dream of. You know, we get him in on trial. He's an absolute gem, and he equalises. Cue a Scunthorpe goal to ruin my happiness straight away here. Butterfield whips it in. It's headed out. Get to it, get to it, get to it. Butterfield. Small. Oh, they've hit the bar. Oh, that was a great chance. What an effort. And maybe we can come away here. Thompson. Green, play it through the middle. Oh, he switched it to Spellman, who's volleyed it straight over the top. And the goalkeeper does claim there was a chance through the middle there. There really, really was. But Scunthorpe come close to a second, crashing the crossbar. I'm going to go cautious here just to get us through to half-time. But I mean, our XG is double theirs. It's 3 times better than theirs. And yet they've had one more shot on target. But it's a very tight game. It's as even as it gets. But I'm happy with our response. And, yeah. Don't lose faith. We've created plenty of chances. And let's just give everyone a little bit of a boost. I mean, Thompson, this is the sort of big game where we need him to step up. And he's just been complacent for the whole thing. So I think he's going to have to come off soon. I don't know what he's playing at, to be honest with you. But big second half. Let's go back up to balanced. I have a feeling there'll be a winner. There'll be a 1-goal winner in this. I don't know who to. But we're on the hour and there hasn't even been a shot yet. Oh, they've got a corner. I'm going to make the change anyway. Nelson's going to come on for Thompson, who's done nothing. He's been ineffective. So Nelson's going to be the man who hopefully comes on. And I think that has actually skipped their corner, which is good. But they have the ball straight back on the left-hand side. Here's Law. Here's back to Smith. It's a very speculative ball over the top. It's headed on. It's very Route 1. We've cleared it only as far as the goal scorer who plays it in. It's not comprehensive. We still haven't cleared it. Butterfield. Oh, we're gonna regret not clearing this ball, aren't we? Small. Back to Sadal. Falassi. Oh, it's a good block. Clark to Nelson. Come on, boys. Counter, counter, little. Green. Green is the man we'd want here. Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's forget about that attempt by Harry Green. That was awful. Absolutely awful. Into the final 20 minutes. Is there a change we can make that will improve us? I'm going to give CD Sinyan a chance. And what a chance it is for the young 16-year-old to come on and make an impact in a game as big as this. I would love it if he could have a part to play in maybe winning this one. That would be such a great story for the young lad. But it might be odd as even, which I think would suit us more than it would suit them. As we're into the final 10 minutes, I'm going to make another change as well. The young kids, they're the fearless ones, and we're going to bring another youngster on, James Harvey, fearless. Let's see if he can make an impact too. And we've got a corner. Kelly whips it in, it's up, Lecky's there, and that was one of the weakest headers I've ever seen, trickling wide of the goal. And a potential chance goes begging. They've had an injury there as well, interestingly enough. Do I go positive? Do I go positive? Have they used all their subs? No. I thought they'd used all their subs and they just had a man injured and they were down to 10 men. I'm going to stick with balanced. I feel like positive. We might push too hard and lose the game. I think a point for us here is a very good point. And it is odd as even between the top two. Scunthorpe 1, Darlington 1. But I think overall we can be very happy with our performance up against a very good side. And yeah, I'll take that. It's good to get a result. They're happy with that. We've got to remember, we are not expected to be second. Scunthorpe are expected to be top of the league. But it's tightened everything up because look at this. Scunthorpe 48, Darlington 47, South Shields 46, Braintree 45, and even Warrington have snuck up into 5th with 41 points. So, interesting. It's all set up, isn't it, to be really, really exciting. And this fantastic second season shows no sign of slowing down, and we show no sign of slowing down either. We've been fantastic so far, and I hope it continues. We are going to play the Telford game off screen, but Braintree are 4th, and then we've got the FA Trophy 3rd round game. So we were definitely going to play this game. It was a case of, is it going to be with Braintree or is it going to be with FC United of Manchester? But we've already played them on screen before at the in the opening game of the season. So we aren't going to be away very long. One game off screen before we're back with 2 more big games in both the FA Trophy and the National League North. But if you've enjoyed this video, guys, then please do hit the like button and subscribe for much more. A big thank you for tuning in as always, and I'll be back tomorrow with some more National League North coverage. But if you've enjoyed the video, as I say, hit the like button. It really helps the video out and it takes 2 seconds of your time. Subscribe if you haven't already and leave a comment below too. And until next time, a big thank you for watching. Do take care, and hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow.